My father stole my therapy notes and read them at a family dinner to prove I was unstable. He had broken into my apartment to get them. I had been in therapy for 2 years, working through a childhood that had produced, among other things, a complicated and painful relationship with my father. My therapist was careful and good, and I had said things in that room I had never said anywhere else. The kind of things you can only access when you finally feel safe enough to look directly at them. My notes were in a folder in my home office. I kept written reflections between sessions, things my therapist suggested. I'd journal raw, unfiltered, written for no audience. My father had a key to my apartment from a plumbing emergency 2 years earlier that I had forgotten he never returned. I came home one evening and something felt slightly displaced. Nothing dramatic. A chair at a different angle. The office door opened when I habitually kept it closed. I checked the folder. It looked undisturbed. I told myself I was being paranoid. 3 weeks later, at a family dinner, my father produced printed pages. He read specific passages about him, about my childhood, about the anger I had processed in private, about specific incidents. I had never confronted him indirectly. He read them in a measured voice to my mother, my uncle, my grandmother. He said he was sharing this because the family deserved to understand the narrative I had been constructing about them in secret. The narrative I had constructed in my private therapy journal. I stood up and left without speaking. I changed my locks that night. I called my therapist the next morning and she was silent for a long moment. And then she said what he had done had a name, and the name was not something a loving parent does. The family response was predictably complicated. Several members felt I had been unfair in my journal, that I should have raised my grievances directly rather than recording them privately. The circularity of that logic, that my private processing of pain was the problem rather than the theft, and public display of it was so complete I couldn't find an entry point to argue. My father never apologized. He said he had done what was necessary to protect the family's truth. Whose truth? His version, performed at a dinner table using words stolen from my most private room. I have not been to a family dinner since. My grandmother thinks I am being dramatic. She was in the room when he read the pages and she said nothing, and that silence told me something I needed to know. Some families don't protect you. They just practice together.